Lovely viewers, welcome back. The internet never forgets, but sometimes celebrities wish it would. In the early hours of what seemed like an ordinary morning, eagle-eyed fans of Korean superstar Lee Min-ho noticed something that would send shockwaves through the entertainment community and ignite a firestorm of speculation that continues to this day. Every single photograph, every casual snapshot, every behind-the-scenes moment featuring actress Song Hye Kyo had vanished from his social media accounts without warning or explanation. The digital erasure was so thorough, so methodical, that it felt less like routine account maintenance and more like an attempt to rewrite history itself. The deletion didn't happen gradually or haphazardly. Fans who had spent years archiving their favorite celebrity moments noted that the removal occurred within a tight window, suggesting a conscious decision rather than a technical glitch or accidental deletion. Screenshots that fans had saved over the years suddenly became precious artifacts, evidence of a connection that one party seemed desperate to obscure. The images in question ranged from professional photo shoots where both actors appeared together for magazine spreads, to more casual pictures taken at industry events, award ceremonies, and private gatherings that had been shared with fans as glimpses into their off-screen lives. What makes this situation particularly intriguing is the context of Korean entertainment culture, where public image is carefully curated and managed with almost military precision. Korean celebrities operate within an industry where every social media post is scrutinized, where dating rumors can tank careers, and where the line between public persona and private reality is policed by both management companies and obsessive fan bases. In this environment, social media isn't just a casual platform for sharing life updates. It's a strategic communication tool, a brand management device, and sometimes a battleground for controlling narratives. The relationship between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo has always existed in that nebulous space that drives fans to distraction. They've never confirmed a romantic relationship, but they've also shared moments that suggested something beyond mere professional courtesy. Industry colleagues have hinted at close friendship. They've been photographed at the same private events. They've spoken warmly of each other in interviews, using the kind of language that can be interpreted as either deep respect between professionals or carefully coded messages about something more intimate. In the Korean entertainment industry, where actual relationships are often hidden for years, fans become expert codebreakers, reading significance into every interaction, every glance, every social media activity. When news of the deletion first broke, it spread through fan communities with the speed and intensity of wildfire. Korean fan forums lit up with hundreds of posts within hours. International fan sites translated and shared the information across multiple languages. Twitter threads analyzing the situation accumulated thousands of retweets. YouTube channels dedicated to Korean celebrity news scrambled to produce reaction videos and analysis. The story had everything that drives engagement in celebrity culture. Mystery, the suggestion of conflict, the involvement of beloved public figures, and the tantalizing possibility of hidden truths waiting to be uncovered. Several theories emerged almost immediately, each supported by its own faction of believers who could point to various pieces of circumstantial evidence. The first and perhaps most obvious explanation was that a romantic relationship had ended badly, and Lee Min-ho was taking the digital equivalent of burning photographs after a breakup. This theory gained traction because it aligned with human behavior patterns that everyone understands, even if the scale was more public than most people's post-relationship cleanses. Supporters of this interpretation pointed to subtle changes in both actors' social media behavior in the months leading up to the deletion, noting that interactions that were once frequent had already begun to diminish. A second theory suggested professional considerations rather than personal ones. Perhaps Lee Min-ho's management company had advised the deletion as part of a strategic repositioning, possibly to avoid association with Song Hye Kyo during a particular moment in her career or to prepare for his own upcoming projects where a clean slate might be advantageous. The Korean entertainment industry is notorious for such calculated moves, where personal histories are subordinated to commercial considerations. Actors have been known to distance themselves from former co-stars when those relationships become inconvenient, or when management believes that association might harm marketability. Others speculated about pressure from fan bases, particularly the more extreme elements that exist within Korean celebrity fandom. Satiating fans, Those who cross boundaries into stalking and invasive behavior sometimes fixate on romantic connections between celebrities with an intensity that borders on obsession. Some fans had never accepted the possibility of Lee Min-ho being close to Song Hye Kyo, perhaps because they harbored their own parasocial attachments or because they preferred him associated with other actresses or with no one at all. The theory here was that constant negative attention from these quarters had finally prompted the deletion as a way to reduce harassment and controversy. A more cynical interpretation suggested that the entire situation might be manufactured drama designed to generate publicity for both actors. In an industry where staying relevant requires constant media presence, a mystery of this magnitude guarantees weeks of discussion, trending hashtags, and sustained public interest. However, this theory struggled to gain widespread acceptance because the potential downsides seemed to outweigh the benefits, particularly the risk of alienating fans who felt manipulated or the possibility of attracting negative attention to both parties. What cannot be ignored is the power dynamics inherent in who chose to delete and who didn't. Song Hye Kyo's social media accounts remained unchanged, photographs that included Lee Min-ho still visible to anyone who cared to look. This asymmetry is telling. It suggests that whatever motivated the deletion was specific to Lee Min-ho's situation, perspective, or needs rather than a mutual agreement to erase evidence of their connection. The one-sided nature of the action transforms it from a joint decision into something more unilateral, more decisive, and potentially more revealing about whose feelings or reputation required protection. The timing of the deletion also became a focus of intense scrutiny. Did it coincide with any particular event in either actor's life? Had there been recent sightings of either with different romantic partners? Were there upcoming projects that might be complicated by association? Fans became amateur detectives, creating timelines and comparing dates, looking for patterns that might explain the sudden digital purge. Some noted that the deletion occurred shortly after Lee Min-ho had been photographed at an event looking particularly serious or uncomfortable, though whether this observation represents genuine insight or the human tendency to find patterns in randomness remains debatable. The media response added another layer to the unfolding drama. Korean entertainment news outlets, always hungry for content about top-tier celebrities, produced numerous articles speculating about the deletion's meaning. Some took a sensationalist approach, using provocative headlines to drive clicks and engagement. Others attempted more measured analysis, interviewing industry insiders and relationship experts about what such behavior might indicate. International media picked up the story, translating and sometimes sensationalizing it further for audiences unfamiliar with the nuances of Korean celebrity culture. Each iteration of the story added new speculation, new theories, and new supposed insider information that may or may not have had any basis in reality. What makes this situation fascinating from a cultural perspective is how it reveals the changing nature of celebrity, privacy, and public performance in the digital age. Previous generations of actors could have friendships, relationships, and feuds that might never become public knowledge, or that would only be revealed years or decades later through memoirs or biographies. Today's celebrities conduct their lives in a perpetual spotlight, where social media creates an archive of every public interaction, and where the absence of documentation can be as significant as its presence. The deletion of photographs isn't just a personal act but a public statement, whether intentional or not. The psychological impact on fans shouldn't be underestimated either. For people who have invested emotional energy in following these celebrities, who have shipped them together or enjoyed their interactions, the deletion feels like a personal loss. Parasocial relationships, while one-sided, generate real emotional responses. When fans feel that a connection they valued has been erased or denied, it can provoke genuine distress, anger, or feelings of betrayal. The intensity of the reaction to Lee Min-ho's deletion demonstrates how deeply these relationships, imagined though they may be, matter to the people who invest in them. From a technical standpoint, the thoroughness of the deletion is noteworthy. In an age where screenshots and archives preserve everything, the act of deleting photos from one's own social media accounts is largely symbolic. The images continue to exist on fan sites, in archives, on other people's accounts where they were tagged or mentioned. Yet the symbolism matters precisely because it's intentional. Choosing to remove this content from one's own curated space is an act of boundary setting, of controlling one's narrative to whatever extent remains possible in an environment where control is increasingly illusory. The silence from both parties has been perhaps the most frustrating aspect for those seeking answers. Neither Lee Min-ho nor Song Hye Kyo has addressed the deletion publicly. Their management companies, when contacted by media outlets, have either declined to comment or provided bland statements that acknowledge nothing and explain nothing. This silence is strategic, reflecting a calculation that engaging with the controversy would only amplify it and potentially create more problems than it solves. In Korean celebrity culture, silence is often the default response to personal matters, based on the belief that direct engagement legitimizes speculation and invites further intrusion. Yet silence also creates a vacuum that speculation rushes to fill. Without official explanation, every theory remains viable, every interpretation equally valid or invalid. This ambiguity might serve the celebrity's interests by avoiding concrete statements that could be criticized or contradicted, but it also ensures that the story continues to generate discussion and interest far longer than a simple explanation might have permitted. The unanswered questions become more compelling than any answer could be. The incident also highlights the gendered dynamics of celebrity culture and social media behavior. Would the response have been different if Song Hye Kyo had been the one to delete photos of Lee Min-ho? Would the theories and speculation have followed different patterns? There's an argument to be made that male celebrities often face less scrutiny for their personal choices, and that relationship narratives tend to center male agency while treating female celebrities as passive participants or victims. The fact that Lee Min-ho made the active choice to delete while Song Hye Kyo maintained her archive might be read through various frameworks that consider gender, power, and public perception. For content creators and social media analysts, the incident provides a case study in how digital actions create real-world consequences and narratives. Every choice about what to post, what to delete, who to follow, and who to unfollow becomes a form of communication that can be interpreted, analyzed, and discussed. The permanence of digital media means that changes to one's online presence are immediately noticeable to audiences that have been trained to monitor such things. In this environment, the line between private decision and public statement has effectively disappeared. The broader implications for celebrity privacy are significant. If even the act of maintaining or removing photographs from one's social media accounts becomes a source of intense speculation and analysis, what space remains for genuine privacy? The deletion reveals how celebrities are trapped in a system where their every action is subject to interpretation, where silence is read as meaningful, and where attempts to control their own narrative often backfire by drawing more attention to exactly what they hope to obscure. The paradox is that the tools meant to give celebrities direct communication with fans have instead created new vulnerabilities and new forms of surveillance. Looking at similar incidents in Korean entertainment history provides some context but few answers. Other celebrities have gone through social media purges, though rarely with such specific targeting. Some have deleted their accounts entirely during controversies or career transitions. Others have maintained strict boundaries about what they share online, avoiding personal content altogether. Each approach has its advantages and disadvantages, and none provides complete protection from speculation or intrusion. Lee Min-ho's targeted deletion is unusual enough to stand out while familiar enough to fit within established patterns of celebrity social media behavior. The fan community's response has been fractured, with different groups interpreting the deletion through their own frameworks and desires. Some fans expressed respect for Lee Min-ho's right to manage his social media as he sees fit, arguing that celebrities owe no explanation for personal choices and that boundaries should be respected. Others felt hurt or betrayed, particularly those who had valued the evidence of connection between the two actors. Still others approached it with investigative fervor, determined to uncover the truth behind the deletion through careful analysis and amateur sleuthing. These varying responses reflect the diverse ways people engage with celebrity culture and the different expectations they bring to those relationships. The economic dimension shouldn't be overlooked either. Both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo are not just artists but brands, with endorsement deals, business ventures, and commercial considerations that extend far beyond their acting work. The management of their public images directly impacts their earning potential and commercial viability. A controversy, real or perceived, can affect endorsement opportunities, particularly in markets where brands seek celebrities with specific types of public profiles. The deletion might be understood partly as brand management, an attempt to control associations and maintain the kind of image that maximizes commercial opportunities. What remains clear is that this incident represents more than simple celebrity gossip. It reflects the complex intersection of technology, fame, privacy, and human behavior in contemporary culture. The disturbing element isn't necessarily the deletion itself, but what it reveals about the surveillance state we've created around public figures, where every digital action is monitored, recorded, and analyzed. It's disturbing that celebrities cannot make simple choices about their own social media without those choices becoming major news stories. It's disturbing that fans feel entitled to explanations for personal decisions that don't actually affect them. And it's disturbing that the machinery of celebrity culture demands constant content and controversy, turning private human moments into public spectacles. As time passes without official explanation, the deletion of those photographs has achieved a kind of immortality through its mystery. The images themselves, preserved in countless fan archives, are less important now than what their removal represents. They've become symbols in a larger narrative about celebrity, connection, and the strange rituals of digital age fame. Whether Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo ever address what happened, whether the truth eventually emerges or remains forever speculation, the incident has already secured its place in the ongoing story of how we relate to public figures and how they navigate the impossible demands of life lived under constant observation. More importantly, I want to hear from you in the comments below. What's your theory about why Lee Min-ho deleted those photos? Do you think this was a personal decision, professional strategy, or something else entirely? Have you ever had to distance yourself from someone publicly while still caring about them privately? How do you balance your interest in celebrity lives with respect for their privacy? Are there other celebrity social media incidents that have affected you or made you think differently about fame and privacy? Your perspectives matter, and the diversity of viewpoints in our comment section is what makes this community special. Share your thoughts, your theories, and your own experiences with navigating public and private boundaries in your life. Don't hold back. This is a judgment-free space where all respectful perspectives are welcome. Whether you're a longtime K-drama fan or someone just discovering Korean entertainment, whether you're Team Lee Min-ho, Team Hye Kyo, or simply fascinated by the psychology of celebrity culture, your voice adds value to our ongoing conversation. And if you found this analysis helpful or thought-provoking, please consider sharing this video with friends who might be interested. The algorithm favors engagement, so likes, comments, and shares genuinely help more people discover this content. Turn on notifications so you'll be alerted the moment we post new information about this situation or other major developments in Korean entertainment. Remember, we're all in this together, trying to make sense of a celebrity culture that moves faster than ever before and demands more transparency while somehow becoming more mysterious. Your participation makes this channel more than just a one-way broadcast. It creates genuine community where we learn from each other's perspectives and experiences. So subscribe, comment, and let's continue this conversation together. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, stay curious and stay kind.